YouTube, what is up? James MTG Biggie here, and I'm back for another Sunday video at work. I attempted to make a video about this a night or two ago from my laptop. However, my laptop's been acting pretty gross lately, and so here I am filming from my phone. So there won't be the screen capture of the stuff I'm talking about today, but I figure it's worth talking about anyway without the aid of visuals from my laptop. And what I am talking about is the announcements that Wizards of the Coast made this past Friday regarding future sets coming up in the next year or so, and some other things that they've announced. The most exciting of which, and the one that is the biggest news for everybody, is they've announced that after Core 2019, which is the next set coming up in July, I believe, the following set after that, we are returning to Ravnica. Those who haven't seen the announcement, the next set of Magic the Gathering after Core 2019 is called Guilds of Ravnica. Now I have here near me the actual release that they put up on the website, and on October 5th of this year, Guilds of Ravnica will come out, and it's going to feature 5 of the Guilds of Ravnica: the Selesnya, the Boros, the Golgari, the Izzet, and Dimir. So that is the next set after Core 2019, and also, in addition to this, they've announced that they're going to spend 3 entire sets on the plane of Ravnica. What that means is, for those who have been paying attention, we used to have 3 sets to a block. So whenever they went to a new plane or whatever, there would be 3 sets on that plane, 1 large one, 2 small ones. And then they did away with that when, I believe, Kaladesh, or no, I'm sorry, Jesus, way before that, Battle for Zendikar, they announced that they were going to do 2 sets per block, so they do 1 big, 1 small set. And they did that for about 4 blocks or so. It was Battle for Zendikar, Shadows of Innistrad, Kaladesh, Amonkhet, 5 blocks, Ixalan. And after Ixalan came out, they announced that the 2 set, large set, small set formula wasn't really working out the way they wanted it to. So they're just going to single large sets, eliminating small sets altogether, and the whole block format. They did announce that they would, if the story called for it, would spend more than 1 set on a plane, or have more cohesive sets that tie together. But they started with Dominaria as the first single standalone set on a plane. Well, we're getting 3 sets on Ravnica, the second of which comes out in January 2019, which focuses on the 5 other guilds of Ravnica. It's called Ravnica Allegiance, focusing on Azorius, Rakdos, Gruul, Simic, and Orzhov. So that'll cover the other 5 guilds. And then there will be a 3rd set after that, which has yet to be named publicly, that I'm sure will be those 2 coming together somehow in some large culmination of the entire story of this visit to Ravnica. In addition to that, they announced they're releasing guild kits along with these sets, which are like 60-card pre-constructed decks that focus on the 2 color pairings. And you can buy them separately, and they're made to sort of play against each other. So it's kind of like a dual deck sort of feel, but it's flexible where, like, if you like blue and red, you can go get the Izzet deck, and if your friend likes black and white, then go get the Orzhov deck, and you could battle each other with it. And that's cool, I guess. It seems interesting enough. It's a neat idea. If they need something to fill the void of dual decks, that seems fairly fitting, and they could go on with that theme, just have, like, sort of somewhere between the dual decks and an intro pack where they're actually meant to be played against each other, but very focused on one sort of idea or strategy or theme. So that's fine. In addition to that, they made an announcement about Battle Bond coming up, which is the supplementary two-headed giant focused draft set. I'm not that interested outside of the fact that there are going to be a lot of reprints in it, which I am interested about hearing. They showed some new cards. I will link it down in the description below. I'm not going to talk in depth about it because it's just not something that excites me personally. But it's neat for those who are looking for some casual fun with a teammate. You can go to your local game store, play a draft or play some sealed, and build a nice little two-person team and have a fun tournament out of it. So that's cool. That's pretty much the gist of the announcements. The big thing, of course, is Ravnica. We're going back, and that set and that plane has been very beloved ever since the original Ravnica. It's interesting for me because much like they did with Battle for Zendikar when they returned to Zendikar, and Shadows over Innistrad when they returned to Innistrad, I quit playing Magic right before the first Ravnica block. I quit around 8th edition, which is probably a year before Ravnica came out. So I missed it then. And then I started playing Magic again in Khans of Tarkir block back in like 2014, about a year after the return to Ravnica came out. So I missed Ravnica altogether. I got to pick up some of the hype secondhand through playing Modern, playing with some of the cards that came out in these sets. However, I wasn't around, so this set doesn't really bear the same nostalgia for me that it will for a lot of people. However, it will be a neat thing for me to jump into it the third time around and watch all the people around me who are very hyped about the original two Ravnica blocks be hyped about this set and what's to come of it. I genuinely like multicolored sets. Sets that focus on multicolor pairings always seem to be very fun. I really loved Invasion Block, specifically Apocalypse. It was a very cool set, a very fun time to play Magic. It was in the early days of me playing Magic. I really liked returning to Tarkir, which also had the multicolor pairing sort of 2 and 3 color focus throughout that block. That's actually my favorite block that's happened since I've been back in the game. The whole Khans of Tarkir, Fate Reforged, Dragons of Tarkir block was a lot of fun. So if they do it properly, it should be a lot of fun, and I look very much forward to it. The thing that I'm kind of wary of is, again, I'll mention Zendikar. When they announced Battle for Zendikar, the hype was insane. And I kind of fell into that hype train because like, oh, this is really cool. People really loved that set. And they're going back to it, so it should be fun. It should be a good set. I can't wait. And then we all know how Battle for Zendikar block ended up. Kind of underwhelming, kind of awkward, weird mechanics. Didn't make a lot of people very happy at the time. The same thing kind of happened, maybe to a lesser extent, with Shadows over Innistrad, where people love Innistrad block, and then we were going back and everybody was kind of hyped, and it just was like more of the same as Battle for Zendikar. There's more Eldrazi and stuff, and it didn't quite capture what people loved about the original, which I hope they've learned their lesson of from those two examples. I am inclined to believe that they have. It feels like something that you don't make a third time. Like that sort of mistake, it doesn't happen a third time. So I look very forward to it. That's where we're going. And as far as the implications go for Standard, when the first new Ravnica set comes out, then we're losing Amonkhet and Kaladesh block from Standard. So a lot of the problematic issues from Standard, mainly in Kaladesh block, are going away. Unfortunately, my current and my favorite Standard deck in the past year or so, Blue-White Cycling, also going away. I'm fine with it. I'll find something new to play and pick up something along the lines here between the next couple sets. Regardless, I would like to know what you guys think down below. Are you hyped for Ravnica? Are you excited to go back to so many people's very favorite plane in all of Magic? I'm pretty excited for it, but we will see. I go in kind of cautiously, hoping for the best and not expecting the worst, but being aware that that can happen as well. it's still a good time to be hyped, don't get me wrong. Magic is great right now, especially with Legacy, Modern, Standard all being in pretty good spots. Formats like Pauper and Brawl kind of taking off for the more casual crowd. And of course, as always, EDH people seem to really love. So Magic's in a good spot as of right now, and hopefully it only gets better as these sets come out. But I'd like to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. Let me know what you're looking forward to most, what you hope to see from the set. If you are not excited about it or don't want to go back, let me know as well. And I look forward to having a good conversation with you guys. As always, I'll mention, please follow me on Twitter at MTGBiggie. We'll talk more about it there as well. And it really helps to like and subscribe to my channel, like these videos. And if you haven't yet, the bell down below, the little notification bell, if you click that on, you'll be notified when I put out new videos. I'm trying slowly to get more consistent with it. I was very consistent for a good time, and now we've dialed it back. In addition to the moderate health problems I've had some laptop issues, so I'm gonna have to go back to sort of the me in front of a camera videos, which I don't mind at all. They're a lot of fun to make. But either way, there will be a bubble up here somewhere, probably, maybe over here somewhere, that you can click, subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon.